Despite their short life expectancy, being a gladiator was one of the most glamorous professions in ancient Rome. Gladiatorial battles attracted thousands of spectators, including the biggest names in Roman society. Today, we're counting down the 10 greatest Roman gladiators in history. Number 10. Tetratites. Tetratites was originally discovered through graffiti found in Pompeii in 1817, which illustrated his brave victory over Prudens. He became a popular gladiator in ancient Rome, famous for fighting in the Murmillo style, entering the arena without chest armor, using a short sword and large rectangular shield, along with a helmet, arm guards, and shin protectors. While details of many of his fights remain largely undocumented, he's well known for his victory over Prudens. Both fighters had already made names for themselves, and their battle is depicted on glass vessels found in modern-day France, England, and Hungary. This victory likely marked the moment when Tetratites' fame reached new heights. Number 9. Spiculus. One of the most famous gladiators who lived in the 1st century AD, Spiculus wasn't just popular with regular audiences, he was greatly admired by the notorious Roman Emperor Nero. Spiculus won several battles and emerged victorious against many skilled opponents. Nero was particularly impressed with his heroism and granted him more palaces and riches than he could have asked for. The emperor became so attached to him that when Nero was overthrown in 68 AD, he wanted to die quickly at Spiculus's hands. However, his advisors couldn't find Spiculus in time, and Nero took his own life. Spiculus's fame extended beyond his relationship with Nero, as evidenced by his depictions in various ancient Roman artworks. Number 8. Hermes. Not much was documented about the ancient Roman gladiator Hermes, but he received generous praise from a contemporary Roman poet named Martial. In fact, Martial dedicated an entire poem to praising his skills as a gladiator, with each line beginning with the name Hermes. Martial described him as a skilled fighter who enjoyed overwhelming superiority over other gladiators. While most gladiators chose one specific fighting style and trained hard to master relevant skills, Hermes was well trained in using many different gladiatorial weapons. He wasn't just versed in most fighting styles, but was proficient in at least 3 different gladiatorial techniques, knowledge that gave him an enormous advantage over his opponents. Number 7. Priscus and Verus. These two may have won a series of fights as competent gladiators in their careers, but they're best known for their legendary final battle against each other. Priscus and Verus fought in this epic battle in the 1st century AD at the famous Flavian Amphitheater. This final battle also happened to be the first major spectacle in the Flavian arena. After fighting for hours in a nail-biting contest, the two warriors submitted to each other at the same time out of respect for each other's skill and courage. They dropped their swords and were met with appreciation from the crowd. The event organizer, Emperor Titus, was also moved by how the battle concluded and granted the pair the rudis, a small wooden sword that guaranteed freedom to gladiators upon retirement. The poet Martial documented this spectacle in detail. Number 6. Carpophorus. The era of Roman gladiators saw a series of popular bestiaries, gladiators who fought against wild animals. This profession was notorious for its ridiculously short life expectancy, even by gladiator standards. As a celebrated bestiaris, Carpophorus was instinctively talented when it came to fighting wild animals, and he was much more skilled at fighting arena animals than hand-to-hand combat with other gladiators. Carpophorus routinely faced wild animals like lions, bears, leopards, and rhinoceroses. He even fought at the opening of the famous Flavian Amphitheater, defeating bears, lions, and leopards in a single battle. On another occasion, he killed a particularly ferocious rhinoceros with a single spear. But his best performance and the audience's favorite came when he killed 20 different wild animals in a single battle. Number 5. Crixus. A well-known military leader in the Third Servile War, Crixus was a Gallic gladiator who enjoyed remarkable success against much larger opponents. However, he absolutely despised the leader of his gladiator school, who was his owner. When a revolt broke out at the training school, Crixus happily volunteered among the 70 gladiators who escaped. He then played a key role in defeating a small group of soldiers sent to suppress their rebellion. Soon, other fugitive gladiators joined their ranks and formed a formidable group. But all Crixus wanted was retribution against upper-class Roman society. This led to a dispute between him and the rebellion leader, and he left the group along with several of his supporters, intending to destroy southern Italy. However, fate had different plans. Roman legions were able to locate him before he could perpetrate a surprise attack. He fought with all his might in the desperate battle that followed, but ended up dying at the hands of his enemies. Number 4. Marcus Attilius. Attilius became a gladiator by his own choice, despite being a Roman citizen by birth. He chose to enter the gladiator school to try to pay off heavy debts accumulated during his life. In his first battle, he defeated Hilarus, a gladiator belonging to Nero, who had already won 13 consecutive times. In another combat, Attilius defeated Ratius Felix, who had won 12 consecutive battles. Attilius's feats were narrated in mosaics and graffiti discovered in 2007. Number 3. Flamma. Flamma is one of the biggest names among ancient Roman gladiators. Whether his true name was Flamma, or if it was just his battle name meaning flame, this fierce athlete justified his name with his record as a fearsome gladiator. Before starting his career as a gladiator, he was a Syrian soldier who was captured and thrown into battle against a powerful opponent to face a quick death. Indeed, his end would come that way, but not before commanding unparalleled dominance over numerous opponents in the grand arena of the Colosseum. Using only a small sword and shield with armor on half his body, he terrorized his opponents for about 13 years in fights that attracted large numbers of spectators. By the time he died at age 30, he had fought in an astonishing 34 battles, winning 21, drawing 9, and losing only 4. He was awarded the rudis and his freedom on 4 different occasions, but each time he refused the offer and continued to pursue his life as a warrior. Number 2. Spartacus. A Thracian soldier by birth, Spartacus was captured by the Romans and then sold as a slave. His owner possessed a gladiator school in Capua and saw an opportunity to profit from Spartacus's skills as a gladiator. But a true soldier values his freedom much more than anything else. Soon, Spartacus helped plan a rebellion that ended with about 70 gladiators escaping from the gladiator school, all well armed with improvised weapons. Crixus was among the fugitives and soon became Spartacus's right-hand man. Together, they escaped through the slopes of Mount Vesuvius and freed many other slaves along the way, significantly increasing their numbers. Before long, Spartacus had accumulated a large fighting force with such skill that he managed to defeat Roman legions sent to capture him on more than 6 different occasions. In 71 BC, Marcus Linnæus Crassus arrived with a well-trained force of 50,000 men to wreak havoc among the rebel forces. Spartacus was unable to resist the calculated attack of the Roman army and ultimately was killed in southern Italy, ending the story of one of the most famous gladiators in history. Number 1. Commodus. But there's one gladiator who stands above all others, not for his skill or bravery, but because he was a Roman emperor who actually fought as a gladiator. Commodus, son of the philosopher Emperor Marcus Aurelius, ruled Rome from 177 to 192 AD. Unlike other gladiators who fought for survival or freedom, Commodus fought for glory and ego. He participated in hundreds of gladiatorial contests in the Colosseum, though these fights were carefully staged to ensure he would never be in real danger. He often fought against handicapped opponents, wounded animals, or gladiators armed with wooden swords. Commodus saw himself as the reincarnation of Hercules and would dress in lion skins while fighting in the arena. He charged the Roman treasury enormous fees for his appearances, reportedly 1 million sestertians per performance. His obsession with gladiatorial combat was so extreme that he even renamed Rome after himself and wanted to be worshipped as a gladiator god. While many consider him more of a performer than a true gladiator, his historical significance is undeniable. He remains the only Roman emperor to ever fight in the arena, making him the most unusual and controversial figure in gladiatorial history. His reign of excess and madness eventually led to his assassination in 192 AD, ending one of the most bizarre chapters in Roman history. And there you have it, the 10 greatest Roman gladiators. If you enjoyed this list, please leave a like and subscribe to our channel. Also, leave suggestions in the comments for other videos we can make. Thanks for watching, and see you in the next video.